Hi, this is Rudy Jones of PalmettoStateBaseball.com. Welcome to the South Carolina College Baseball Recap for Wednesday, February the 11th. I've been dealing with a little bit of a cold for the last 24 hours or so. I hope it doesn't prevent me from getting out to a college game on Friday when the Division I teams open. I'm going to be taking a lot of that Zycam and whatever else I can to get to feeling better. But if I can't make it, I can always watch it on TV, so that's not too bad. Anyway, on the field on Wednesday, there were 7 games involving state teams played, and a couple of them were state matchups. Down in Due West, USC Aiken beat Erskine by a score of 18-8. Maverick Grigsby was 4 for 4, scored 3 runs, drove in 2 for the Pacers, who are now 7-1. Chancellor Jennings had a school record tying 5 hits, including a home run, while Salvatore Lamo and Osmond Melendez drove in 4 runs apiece for the Pacers. Erskine fell to 1-7 with that loss. Up in Tigerville, North Greenville beat Newberry by a score of 15-6. In that game, Kai Tullos doubled, homered, and drove in 3 runs and scored twice for the Trailblazers, who are now 8-0, and they're ranked like number 3 in the composite Division II rankings nationally. Lane Magaha also homered, singled, walked, scored twice, and drove in 4 runs for the Trailblazers. Newberry fell to 3-4. Elsewhere, USC Sumter beat Robeson Community College by a score of 10-6. In that game, Jason Jasean Perry, maybe Jashawn Perry singled, doubled, and homered for the Fire Ants, who are now 5-1. Also, Riley Darby was 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Augusta beat Southern Wesleyan by a score of 8-4. Ethan Schimmel had a single, a walk, stolen base, a run scored, and 3 RBI for Southern Wesleyan. Big day for USC Lancaster's Aaron Gilden. He hit 2 home runs and drove in 7 runs as the Lancers beat Cleveland Community College by a score of 15-5 up in the Shelby area. Lancaster improved to 2-5 as it snapped a 4-game losing streak. And in the only other action of the day, Denmark Tech lost a couple of games to Daytona Beach Christian's JV team. First game score was 6-5. Second game score was 10-0 in 5 innings. The Panthers, of course, have not fielded a team since 2004 until this season. They took a 5-4 lead into the bottom of the 7th in Game 1 on Wednesday, but Daytona Beach got a 2-run double from Roberto Alvarez and got the win to keep Denmark Tech winless on the season. Florence Darlington Tech was supposed to be playing at Fayetteville Community College on Wednesday, but that game got rained out. How about the schedule for Thursday? There are 3 doubleheaders on tap. Denmark Tech comes up to Franklin Springs, Georgia to play the Emmanuel JV team. They also call it developmental squad, 4 o'clock. USC Union is at home against the Blue Claws post-grad team, noon doubleheader at Jonesville's ballpark. And in a game that was moved, or actually a series that was moved from Montreat over to Marion, North Carolina, the big league camp, Columbia International is going to be playing against Montreat. Doubleheader at 4 o'clock on Thursday. They'll also play a single game at 2:30 on Friday. A couple of other bits of news. The Akron Presbyterian series faced an adjustment because of the prospects of rain. The teams are already scheduled to play a doubleheader on Saturday. Now they're also going to play a doubleheader on Friday at the Elton Pollock Baseball Complex, Elton Pollock Field, Both doubleheaders will start at 2 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and there will now be no Sunday game because of the prospect of rain. I'm still looking to see if there are any of the games being moved. Of course, earlier, South Carolina moved its Sunday game to Friday against Northern Kentucky, and I will keep you up to date if I do find out any more. One bit of bad news from off the field. The Iowa Lakes Community College baseball team was en route to a series in Arkansas today when their bus was involved in a wreck. 1 person was killed. Do not know if it was a player or staff member, and 33 were injured. So be in prayer for the Iowa Lakes Community College baseball team. Of course, you can always keep up with things going on in college baseball in South Carolina at PalmettoStateBaseball.com. In fact, if you want to try to use a excuse form to get out of work, school, or whatever you have going on Friday, I've put one up at PalmettoStateBaseball.com. Print it out. I make no guarantees. In fact, it'll probably be ignored, but you can always just present it and maybe try to get a reaction to it. Also, I provide updates on X at the handle of Palmetto Base. And I have a Palmetto State baseball group in Facebook. Want to get more people involved with that, with what's going on in the state of South Carolina in college baseball. I believe that finishes it up for what's going on now. Again, I know that most of the D1 folks are looking forward to the first games on Friday. Again, as I mentioned before this week, 9 of the 10 state teams are at home. The only one not at home in Division I on Friday is USC Upstate, which is at South Alabama. For now, this is Rudy Jones of PalmettoStateBaseball.com saying thanks for watching. Good night. Jesus loves you.